Illustrate, select from brands like Traeger, Big Green Egg, and Twin Eagles. We also have aisles of award-winning pellets, woods, sauces, and rubs to complete any smoker. Stop by any of the locations in Peoria, Scottsdale, or Tempe. Check them out online at barbecueisland.com. That's barbecueisland.com, or call them at 877-474-5669.
Eating, working, living pain-free. These are a few of the things many of us take for granted. Yet, for many United States military veterans, finding and affording oral health care is a challenge many of us don't think about. Dental Lifeline Network is looking for dentists who can change this. DLN is asking dentists and their teams to volunteer to see one veteran with special needs one time per year. Visit willyouseeonevet.org to learn more. That's willyouseeonevet.org.
KQFN Tempe, also broadcasting on K25CD Phoenix and K24EU Fountain Hills.
Get the app and listen live anywhere you go.
This is your new home for sports. 1580 The Fanatic. Sports Flag.
I'm Brett Jackerman. After a half dozen games to open the second half of the season last night, there are 9 more tonight in the NBA. The Lakers have had the best record in the West for most of the season and will host the Grizzlies. As of now, that would be the first-round matchup in the playoffs. L.A. enters the second half at 41-13 after 3 straight wins before the break. LeBron James had a rare playoff miss last year, but with the Lakers sitting pretty right now, there's only one thing on his mind.
Stretch run. We know how important it is, how important every game is, and how we continue to get better and better and better each and every day. It's all part of the process.
The Grizzlies had won 8 of 10, but came out of the break last night with a loss in Sacramento to open the second half of a 4-game road trip. The Raptors have done well with their title defense thus far, even without Kawhi Leonard. They won 40 games in the first half and host the Suns tonight. Head coach Nick Nurse said his team has learned why this time of the year is so tough.
There's teams that are fighting like hell to get in the playoffs, so you're getting a max effort from those teams. There's teams fighting for seeding at the top, so you're getting from those teams. And then the teams you would think that are done and out of it, you think, oh, we're playing 3 teams that are out of the playoffs coming up, and they end up playing, the guys are playing for contracts and playing better than they played all year.
They had won 15 straight before ending the first half with a loss to the Nets. The Celtics are a game and a half behind them in the East after wins in 8 of 9. Boston begins a 4-game road trip tonight in Minnesota. The Yankees' Luis Severino headed back to New York for a test on his sore right forearm on Monday. I'm Rich Ackerman.
The Radio.com app is your key to unlocking great CBS Sports Radio programming for your iPad, iPhone, and Android device. Free in the Google Play and iTunes App Store. Southern California. This is the Jim Rome Show on CBS Sports Radio.
First hour. I am Jim Rome. The program is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Rocket Mortgage is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience. I love that first hour because we had a couple of really good interviews. We had Iowa Hawkeyes junior center, Luca Garza. We had Ross Tucker, a good friend of the program, host of the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. I had an entire opening blast, take, rant on Big Papi. And I'm not exactly sure where David Ortiz is coming from with his statements. And not even some of his statements, but all of his statements. And now it is time for a tour stop announcement. Almost. Quick telephone number, toll free, 1-800-636-8686. Hit us up right now. Follow me on Twitter at Jim Rome. Email me at Rome, R-O-M-E, at haveatake.com. Really quickly, before I get to the announcement, a couple of emails. Dear Romy, last time I remember you scheduling a tour stop, I was listening to you on a construction site using a thrift store AM radio with a long piece of copper wire extending from the broken off antenna, searching for the mighty 690 and the huge facts of the day, and won a sweet bag of sunflower seeds. And something I don't fully understand, but when I bring up tour stops to my brother-in-law, he references, quote, head slaps. I gotta admit, I'm not sure what he's talking about with head slaps.
Head slap.
Chris in Ventura. Hey, Chris, I gotta admit, I don't either. I don't know, head slaps? Like Deacon Jones head slaps? I don't know how that relates to a tour stop. This email reads, and I'm gonna read it the way it's written. Jim, I really hope the tour stop is in New York City, Jim. Me and Paper Mache Jim Rome will pick you up at the airport, Jim. And we'll bring Coach Cowa, too, Jim. Signed Fake John in New York City.
I need a life-size paper mache version of you, Jim. Thank you.
Brian in Charlotte. Get off my man and John in New York City. All right, now it's time. We are officially back in the tour stop business. It is official. We're bringing them back. And I do have an announcement of when and where the first one is going to be, and I'll get to that momentarily. But first, a little background for those of you who are not familiar with the history of the event. And not to toot our own horn clones, but the truth is, back in the day, they were events. Back in the day, they were events because there was really nothing like it in the industry at the time. In fact, I would argue that for what I do and where I live, there really has not been anything like it since then either. I mean, sure, hosts take their shows on the